Hello everyone, it's Asia. Time for some tarot. Welcome to the weekend. This is a big weekend. Not only do we have a full moon tomorrow in Leo, which is big fire energy. Where all my Leos, you know. So this weekend I could already feel it. Some of you may already be feeling it. Could be a weekend of living out loud. Having fun, being around community, around people, very entertaining and festive type of energy. However, that could sometimes present itself as overindulgence. So be mindful of that, Leo energy. But yes, this weekend you could feel restless, you could feel excited, you could feel like socializing, and then some of you may feel like just being at home and being comfortable and enjoying the comforts of your own home. So it's really going to depend on you. Let's just get into it though. We have here, of course, Brigid over here with the candle, because along with that full moon, we also are celebrating candalmas or Imbolc, which is, a lot of us witches will be celebrating this. This is the midway point between winter and spring. So that celebrates Brigid, and she is coming out to bless us all and keep us going and motivate us and give us that fire that we need to keep getting us through these darker nights, and to know that spring, at least here in the northern hemisphere, and more light is returning. So something to keep that in mind. Interesting fact, and I just recently found this out, Imbolc or candlemas is actually the roots of where we get Groundhog's Day. So interesting. I want to share that. All right, let's get into this energy this weekend. Okay, it's the last weekend of January. It's a potent point here, like I said, the midway point between winter and spring. We have this big full moon in Leo. No more fire as we celebrate Brigid. She represents that creativity, that fire, that passion. So over this weekend and over this week coming up, it's a good time to really ask Brigid for guidance to where you feel you need more passion, fire, motivation, creativity. Wherever you need that in your life, call on her to help you and guide you and give you that spark. All right, let's see. What is going on for this weekend? All right, let's see. Let's get into this energy for this weekend. Ooh. Okay. All right. And there at the bottom of the deck, there we have Brigid. Okay, there she's coming out for us. She's there. See the flame in her hand? Yes. Okay, so overall, this is a weekend, like I said, where we're calling in Brigid into our lives, whether we are conscious of it or not. This energy is around us, which is, like I said, the spark of life, the flame to keep you going, the creative spark, the drive, the excitement, the passion, the fire, the flame, right? The light that's returning to us. Okay, so let's see here. We have the 8 of discs or pentacles here. The Sun or the Knight of Cups. The Daughter or the Page of Swords here, look into the future, and then this Crone energy along with the Strength. All right, so let's get into this weekend with this 8 of discs. This is where a lot of us are working on ourself, on our creative projects in the home or in your and your money sector. But this is looking at the actions that you're still taking, and are you putting loving action into what you're doing? Okay, so this weekend energy, you could really be reflecting on that. You could be, for some of you, you could be trying really hard to keep that love alive and that action, and putting the love into what you're creating. Okay, so a lot of you are still working on that. This could be a relationship, but at its roots, it's the relationship with yourself and what it is that you are doing every day, where you're putting your energy. Is it a job? Is it the creative project? Is it your home? Is it a relationship? So it's looking at where you've been working hard. And it's really a labor of love, and looking at making sure that it's still a labor of love. So this weekend, you could be reflecting on what we've been working on, maybe since the beginning of this new year, or since the beginning of winter, the end of last year. And there's this energy with the Daughter of Swords here that, you're really trying to keep pushing forward into the future. But there could be some angst, because there could be a lot of energy and a lot of projects and a lot of things that it require your attention. And this could leave you feeling a little bit anxious, for lack of better words. It's more, not anxiety, but I want to say, okay, excitement. And also really, you could be over analyzing details too. Okay, so because there is this big step, this big change in your life. Okay, Brigid with this crone, and Brigid in this time too, this is looking at where you may be stepping up in your life in a different direction, or where you may be shedding, we're still at the end of that snake, where you're still shedding some aspect of yourself or something in your life. For some of you, this is all about your work, and maybe what you've been doing for a good amount of time. And maybe a lot of you are now ready for something new. Maybe you're going to be making a big decision to go in a new direction in your career, or maybe change jobs altogether, or something different. There's definitely some big change that you're still, you're kind of working through and getting ready for. But for a lot of you, you're wrapping up old projects that you've been putting a lot of work into. And I feel for a lot of you this weekend and this coming week, you're at a point where you're kind of trying to decide what's going to move forward with you, because you can't bring everything into your future, right? And this is a good midway point here. This is significant time, and especially too with the full moon that may be revealing things to you that you weren't really aware of, or consciously aware of, that now you need to make some big decisions and decide what you want to continue doing, and what your future looks like, and what you are going to bring into your future, whether that is, within regards to your work, your home, really everything. But, some aspects and some areas of your life are going to be a little more focused than others, obviously. But so yeah, there's kind of this, it's excitement, but there's also some nervousness, because there is a big change coming your way. And for some of you, you already know what it is. You've probably already made this decision, but there's still a little bit of period of darkness, okay? And that makes sense too with the midway point that we're at. There is still some darkness. We're not completely into spring yet. So there's still a time for you, as much as I feel like there's this energy where you want to get moving forward, because you have some ideas and some projects and a lot of things that you want to start doing. However, there's still this little time of, it's just not time to move yet. There's still some reflection, I think, and there's still some things that haven't really come up to the surface. And this full moon, I think, is going to bring some awareness to you, so you'll be able to move forward soon. And for a lot of us, this next month in February, especially mid-February after we shift into the year of this fire horse. There's going to be a lot of activity and a lot of movement for a lot of us. So these feelings you may be feeling are natural. If you're feeling kind of anxious, if you're feeling like you know what you want and you're trying to move forward, but things just aren't happening yet, just pause and take a breath and just know that it's just not the right time yet, but things will pick up and move. This is still a time for you to gain your inner strength, because a lot of us have a big year ahead, and there's a lot of changes that you're going through and a lot of things that you're going after, but there's still some inner work that needs to happen and some rest, because it's going to be a big year, okay? And a lot of us are, really ready for it, but sometimes your mind feels ready, but your body has to catch up. So a lot of you may be wanting to spend some time to looking at where you are in your health, and your Brigid, she's about that fire. So call on her to give you that longevity that you need to keep that fire burning. You don't want to burn out, because it's a marathon, not a sprint. Okay. All right. So let's see what other things we're working through, not only with this weekend, but with this full moon and with this midway point, the dragon, the breakthrough. Okay, so like I said, a lot of us are going to be waking up to something. You're going to have a breakthrough, all right? So keep on asking for guidance, because it's coming. And that's what this, like I said, the full moon may reveal this. And ask Brigid to help you, because this is for difficulty, being stuck, a savior, okay? Brigid might be the one who's going to help you. Courage, action, powerful protection, okay? Brigid also is a protector, obviously, all the goddesses are. And traditionally, a lot of people will put out a cloth the night before Imbolc. So that would be tonight or tomorrow night, depending on where you are in the world and what numbers you go off of. But the intention is, if you put it out there and ask her to bless it, it is a good protection cloth to have in your home all year round. So just a thought for all my little witches that like to do a little ritual. Deep healing and big change, okay? So yes, like I said, there are some big changes coming, and a lot of you are excited. A lot of you are trying to get there sooner than you need to, okay? There you have it. And 11:11, okay? 11:11, that's the alignment. This is the alignment activation. So like I was saying, there's this still kind of a time of pause, because you may have made decisions. Some of you may have even had this breakthrough, but you're still working on this breakthrough and how you're going to take this breakthrough and move forward with it. And there's a lot of pieces, and I feel a lot of you are ready to go and take action. But again, this is maybe a little bit of a pause still that we are feeling. So don't get discouraged. If you feel like things aren't moving quite quick enough, you'll get there. And for a lot of you, it's going to be quick and sudden, and so just rest your body now and get yourself ready and prepare for what's coming. I'm going to pull one of these beautiful little animal spirit cards, and there's a little booklet. This was a gift from a dear friend, so I'm not familiar with all of them. So let's see, because Brigid is a good friend of all the animals. Let's see what she's working with us. Who she's working with us for. Unicorns and earthworms. Well, that makes perfect sense, Brigid. Okay, so we have the unicorns. Who doesn't love unicorns? And earthworms. Okay, so I'm gonna just look this up real quick and tell you what we have. Of course, earthworms are connected to the earth, and I would imagine they are okay. So it's about being shy and hesitant, okay, reluctant to share an inner vision. So like I was saying earlier, a lot of us are still maybe reflecting and getting that inner strength and that courage, because whatever it is that you are starting. It may be something that not everyone is going to understand, and that doesn't matter as long as you're in alignment with it and you understand. So this card is saying that it is a reminder not to be intimidated or to lose hope. Mastery takes time. Okay, rumor has it a beginner's mind offers the most valuable insights. Okay, so write down anything that you have going on in your mind right now, any visions that come up. Okay, so this is also a reminder that you need to speak up and risk embarrassment if you feel self-conscious or apprehensive, because you are valuable and you are intelligent, and the earthworm is just reminding you that you have a big role to play, even if you feel very small. Okay, so let's see what the unicorn wants to tell us. Unicorns, of course, are connected to spirits. I apologize, I don't know all of these, and I want to give you the right message. I don't love reading to people, but let's see. This unicorn is saying you are reconnecting to your higher wisdom and your divinity. Thank you, unicorn. So, the unicorn card will tell you, and appears when it wakes us up, right? The breakthrough. Okay, see, that's all coming together. The unicorn is helping you with this breakthrough. Okay, it wakes you up to your higher self and your divine connection. Okay, so this is a time when you may be doing deeper dives and really connecting to your higher self. And of course, the unicorn and Brigid and the dragon are all connecting you through with this breakthrough and to help you evolve, because there is definitely a breakthrough for a lot of you, and there's definitely something big and some significant changes coming into your life. So use all of this energy to your benefits. And if you are interested, look up more rituals and things about the Imbolc and candalmas celebration, and also look up the astrology and see what's going on, because Neptune just went direct on the beginning of this week, and switched signs into Aries, more fire. So look that up, see how all this energy is making you feel and how it could benefit you. All right, love and light. I'll see you all soon. Sorry this is so long. Have a great weekend. Bye.